Good morning, good afternoon. How is everyone? Welcome to Off the Cuff. If it's your first time, this is a little bit of a different show. It's an interesting show. I go off the cuff a lot here, and whatever I feel, I kind of move in that direction. But I also dig deep. And instead of just giving news and what's happening, I go underneath and I dig. Where did that come from? How did that happen? And then we put it all together. So it can be a very interesting show. Also, at the end, I answer questions. Sometimes they stick me in a corner, and that's okay because it's okay for me not to know. That's okay. It's also okay for you to disagree. And when we veered in this country is when we thought we had to be divided and no one could disagree with each other. And there's nothing further from the truth. Some of my very dear friends I disagree with. So you can't go by that. But welcome. Today is a special off the cuff for me. It's about JFK. President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, that was assassinated. I'm going to tell you some little known facts and dig deeper into the Warren report and things that you probably never seen before and never heard before. And although we're going to be getting a lot of information, you might find when it comes out, some of this information is in there. So and understand, this isn't stuff I just got now. I have been down the rabbit hole since college. And in the 90s and late 90s, when, computers were around and then you could look up things and people were posting things and it wasn't so censored. I downloaded a lot of things that I dug up out of my archives for this show. I know JFK is going to be coming, that whole report. President Trump is releasing. I'm not sure what is holding it up. I know Congress, we're past the 15 days. I know Congress is trying to stop it completely and saying that it's something that could cause a lot of issues. He's not going to go for that. But my question is, why? I'm doing this to try to get people to keep asking, why isn't it released yet? Post, connect him at Real Donald Trump. On Truth, on X, everywhere, Facebook, at Real Donald Trump. What happened to the JFK files? When are they going to be released? We're past the 15 days. It's very important. I'm not questioning the man at all. But understand, and you know this, as much as I love President Trump, he has to be held accountable as everyone else has to be held accountable. So he's got to be accountable to release that. We're over the 15 days. I'm doing this to drum that up. Let's put some pressure on. Okay? All right. Before that, that's my opening. But before we go do that, here's the situation. If you're new here, I have a couple of fundraisers. We do gatherings. We've done a dozen gatherings. They were prophesied by Prophet Kim Clement. God spoke to him, spoke to us, many more things about me making movies and all kinds of things. But it was very important. And when he passed, we worked with him, known him, he was a dear friend for 25 years. And when he passed, it came to pass exactly the year it said he was supposed to, the late 2021. We've done 12. They're expensive. We're doing our 13th in the middle of the country. It's a national gathering. We will announce it hopefully Friday because tomorrow we are firming up all the information. For those of you that follow us, I'm going to have, and you're on the chat and you know each other, we're going to have a VIP section for you guys. And it is a national gathering. We're right in the middle. No excuses. No excuses. Fly, drive. Now, there's only a few hundred seats. This is the problem. But we had to do it. We said middle of the country, and that's what we're doing. It's only a few hundred seats, so it's first come, first serve. We'll put it up, and that's it. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that. So let me go to Joy and Country. That is one of the ways we are able to do these gatherings. This is ROG, I call it, the original gangster. This is the Psalm 91 necklace. Now, Jenna, I don't advertise these a lot because she only gets a handful from the woman that makes them. So this is an angel wing and then the jewel and then the little tag that says Psalm 91. It goes right over your head. So easy to put on. So there's that. These are our specials for today. So these, then there's the under his feathers crystal dangle earrings. Now these are 2 Austrian crystals. These are real crystals. These are not fake. They're not rhinestones. These are absolutely beautiful. I love these with the necklace. And now I'm going to show you something new. It came in this bag. Isn't this pretty? This is how you get it. And look at this. There's only 2 of these. This is one, not 2 meaning number 2. 2 different styles of these. This is a Psalm 91 bookmark. Now, where am I going to use this? I'm going to use it in my Bible. But I also am a reader. I read a lot, and I'm going to use this like crazy. So here is an angel's feather. This is stainless steel, okay? And it's got a jewel, which is an Austrian crystal, and a cross. And then this, which hangs out of the book, says Psalm 91. Now, this is how it works. Okay, here's my Bible. You put the feather in it to hold your spot, and then you've got that. There's 2 of these. You got to go look at the other ones. I absolutely am in love with it. And if you ever give it as a gift, it comes in this bag. Just beautiful. And last but not least, you're going to see me. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, I'm not even sure it's in the description, but you're going to see me use this because my water's in it today. His mercies are new every morning. That's from Lamentations. So there's one of our new mugs that you will see me drinking out of. So all of these items, Jenna said, are linked in the description below. It's the easiest place to access them. Or you can go to joyandcountry.com, go to Delora's Closet. There are also a lot of new items on the site, a lot of spring boutique items, patriotic items, inspirational tumblers, even Gulf of America tumblers, jewelry, accessories. Those tumblers are solid stainless steel. They're heavy. They're all hand etched. They're beautiful. They're not just like a plastic tumbler you went and got in Target. Go to the new tab on the website and you'll get to everything. Remember, there's always free U.S. shipping. And those of you that are new, welcome 10. If you've never ordered with Jenna before, welcome 10, the code. And Tea for 2. This Friday at 7:30 p.m., 30 minutes after Fab 4, we will have a Tea for 2. A lot of new items, a lot of prizes, a lot of giveaways. And you have to be on, though, to win a prize, get a giveaway. And so no off the cuff on Friday because I can't leave it all to Jenna. I really need to help her. It's so much work. So I can do Fab 4 and then I'll do that, but no off the cuff on Friday because of Tea for 2. Okay, let's get this party started. As I said, we've been promised tens of thousands of unredacted form of the JFK assassination. I do believe it will be dropped any day now. And as I said in my opening, I also believe that we should start asking, where are they? Where are the JFK files? Where are they? What did you do with them? Why aren't they out? You said 15 days from this point. We want to know what is holding this up. So my suggestion to you is, as we've seen, we the people put pressure on this country. We got Donald Trump in, and that is who even knows what the real numbers are there. We got him in. Let's put the pressure again. Take either this video, put it up, and say, here's information about JFK files. Where are the unredacted files? Put it on Facebook. Put it on Truth Social. Tag @Real Donald Trump. We need to know what is in those files. We need to know about RFK files and we need to know about MLK files. And that has got to happen. Once that first thing falls, it will be like a domino and other things will fall behind it. But that first one has got to fall. That's the reason I'm doing this. Now, I see in the chat, the Epstein and Diddy list is already in the works. They've got it on their desk. Pam Bondi's moving forward. It's all happening. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about the JFK files because he said 15 days and we are over that. Actually, almost a week over. So that's why I'm doing this. All right. So, let's start with this. LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, was John Fitzgerald Kennedy's vice president. He became POTUS after JFK was assassinated. And because there was pressure to find out exactly what happened with the assassination, he set up what is called the Warren Commission. Everyone's heard of the Warren Commission, but now I'm going to break down the Warren Commission for you and give you information, little known, that you've never heard. So who was made up of the Warren Commission? Earl Warren. He was the head of the Warren Commission, hence the name, the Warren Commission. Richard Russell Jr., John Sherman Cooper, Hale Boggs, Gerald Ford, Allen Dulles, John J. McCloy. But who were they in 1963? Earl Warren, 10 years before being the head of the namesake of the Warren Commission, he was the 14th Chief Justice of the United States. He's known for expanding civil rights. He's also known for officially ending sanctioned prayer in school. Richard Russell Jr., Southern Democrat, served in the U.S. Senate for 40 years. Who was his protege? Lyndon B. Johnson. Richard Russell was on the Warren Commission. John Sherman Cooper, U.S. Senator, who JFK named to conduct a secret fact-finding mission to Moscow. Although he was on the Warren Commission, right after that, he suddenly became an outspoken opponent to LBJ and his approach that LBJ had to escalating wars. Gerald Ford, this is very interesting, became president in 1974. Okay, just a couple of terms later, 9, 10, 11 years later, he was president for one term. He assumed the presidency after the resignation of Richard Nixon. He was appointed by LBJ to the Warren Commission. Gerald Ford strongly defended the work of the commission and stated it was absolutely all true. A couple of terms later, he ends up vice president of a man named Richard Nixon, who I believe was framed, and becomes president. Interesting how this stuff works. Allen Dulles, an attorney and longest serving director of the CIA. He oversaw many programs, including, drumroll, Project MK Ultra, the mind control program. JFK fired him. Isn't that interesting? He fired Allen Dulles. It's been said by many that the CIA and Dulles were involved in the JFK assassination and its cover-up in the Warren Commission. John J. McCloy, lawyer and banker, president of the World Bank, chairman of Chase Manhattan Bank, chairman of the Council of Foreign Relations, and esteemed member of the Warren Commission. He was also a top advisor to Franklin Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. Initially, he was a little bit skeptical of the lone gunman theory. But, the CIA head, Allen Dulles, that was also on the commission, brought him on a trip to Dallas. That trip completely convinced him because when he came back, He was all about the lone gunman theory and completely corroborated that it was absolutely true. Oswald acted alone. Those trips to Dallas, don't they? They just, I don't know, they just convince you, I guess. Last but not least, Hale Boggs, congressman. This was the one man who spoke up and had all differing opinions regarding the Warren Commission. He dissented, the one dissenter from the commission's majority report, which supported the single bullet thesis, the lone gunman theory, meaning there was a lone assassin. He didn't believe that. He fought alongside his son against the rhetoric. He was a congressman now, remember, that was being given to the American people. Suddenly, the FBI started discrediting him, called him a conspiracy theorist, said the man shouldn't be a congressman. Several years later, after the Warren Commission, he made a speech on the House floor and began to attack the FBI. He said they had him under surveillance and they were violating the Bill of Rights in his life and the life of his son. October 16th, 1972, Boggs disappeared along with another congressman and two others while on a fundraising drive in Alaska. Let's flip the script here a little and go to something else. There were 3 documents that came out that were very, very intriguing to me. J. Edgar Hoover, the then FBI director, wrote a 3-page memo right after the assassin. Now, the memo is 3 pages long. Okay, I'm going to put it up. It's 3 pages long. But it ends with secrecy. So let me show you a very short video. This is the memo, okay? Secret, top secret. And this is what he says at the bottom. The thing I am concerned about, and so is Mr. Kazenbeck, is having something issued so we can convince the public that Oswald is the real assassin. I will play that again for you really quickly. Watch the top. There it is. November 24th, 1963. That is approximately 2.5 weeks after JFK was assassinated. This is a top secret memo, went out to the FBI and CIA. There it is again. Let me play it. There's the memo. You can read the whole thing if you want. Go slow, slow, slow. I'm going to the end. Isn't that interesting? Now, what I find, let me remove that from there. The second most interesting document is a report from 1975 by, again, remember Gerald Ford, remember what I told you about the Warren Commission with him. The second most interesting document is a memo 1975 by then President Gerald Ford's general counsel. Okay, this is 12 years after JFK assassination. It was a report on the CIA's assassination attempts over the previous decade. The report included a report on something called Operation Bounty, where leaflets would be dropped by airplanes into Cuba. They were doing it to try to incite people to kill or capture leaders in Castro's government, including Castro himself. Their reward would be money. Take a look at this. You can read that whole thing. I'm not going to read it. I'm bringing you right. This again, top secret. It's look it up the document. Look up the date. It's all here. This is what the leaflets said that were dropped into Cuba by President Ford. This is what you would be paid. if you capture an informer and turn them over, you would be paid $20,000, $5,000 to 20, depending on how important he was. Cell leader, 10,000 to 40,000, depending on how important he was. Block leader, you can read it yourself. Foreign communist, 47,000 to 97,000. Government officials, 55,000 to 100,000. Castro, 2 cents. I think that was probably a symbolic reason. Probably no one was going to capture Castro. They know that. And it says, if you read a little bit, once this operation is implemented, covert actions by U.S. agents could be initiated to kidnap known party members, thereby instilling confidence in the operation among the Cuban populace and apprehension among the Cuban hierarchy. Okay, let me take that down. See, all of this stuff, this is not something that, did I add that the wrong one? Hold on. Now, let me take this down. Oh, that's a beauty. I'm going to show that one. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now let me go into this. I forgot I put this up. Former CIA director Richard Helms, okay, gave answers to questions about CIA activity in 1975. This is before Congress, okay? At one point, an attorney, Mr. Belin, B-E-L-I-N, turned to Helms and asked him right to his face, in front of everyone, in front of the public, remember, this document was unclassified. In the last group of unclassified documents of JFK assassination. But watch where it ends. Watch this. This is what I'm looking for. When it comes out, this is what I'm looking for. Watch this. Okay, this is the whole thing. Mr. Belin says, well, now, the final area of my interest in interrogation relates to charges that the CIA was in some way conspiratorially involved with the assassination of President Kennedy. During the time of the Warren Commission, you were Deputy Director of Plans. Is that correct? Mr. Helms, I believe so. The attorney, Mr. Belin, is there any information involved with the assassination of President Kennedy, which in any way showed that Lee Harvey Oswald was in some way a CIA agent or an agent cutoff? See how it says unclassified? That's all they released. They did not release his answer. That next page was never released. We don't know what the next page, the fact that it was not released pretty much leads us to say that he probably said, yes, he was involved, because they never released that next page, because you would have seen the answer redacted. They did not want to show you the redacted answer. Okay, so that's that. Let me remove that one so I can bring up more. All right. Yeah. Let's go over the timeline, okay? After they declare that JFK was assassinated. When I promise you, you got to really listen. And you got to think, because you're going to miss this. You're going to miss it. Number one, JFK's body is wrapped and flown on Air Force One. LBJ is waiting at the stairs of Air Force One, watching the body loaded onto the plane. First question I have, why didn't he go to the White House and address the nation? What's he doing in Dallas? Why was he in Dallas anyway? Why wasn't he? What did he have to do with Dallas? He should have flown back to DC, since now he's the acting president. Why was he so concerned about the body being loaded onto that plane? That's number two. Number three, They fly the body to DC. They land. They take the casket. They put it into a hearse. Jackie gets in the hearse and they go to the morgue. The hearse arrives at the morgue at 7:17 p.m. The body that came off Air Force One in this beautiful casket comes out at 8 p.m. Here's the question I have. Another body in a regular plain soldier's class casket was delivered at 6 p.m. to the morgue. There was confusion. It leaves questions in my mind and everybody else's mind. The doctor who assisted treating JFK was Jim Jenkins, who that day was assigned to the pathology department, and he assisted in the autopsy. Jenkins said, all I saw was the body being brought in at 6 p.m., told that it was JFK, but it was what I consider to be a shipping casket. Here's the casket. That's a picture of the casket that Dr. Jenkins was told JFK was in. He said it was striking in the fact that it was this president's body in such an ordinary box. That is not protocol. The casket was brought, he said, was brought in by men with suits. They took the body out of that and put it on the table in front of Dr. Jenkins and the other doctors. And that was about 6:30. When the body was put on the table, still in the sheets, it looks like there's two separate bodies. So let me review really quickly. Let me take this down. Let me remove it. There's a casket on Air Force One with Jackie. LBJ wanted to make sure it got on the plane. It lands in DC. It arrives at the morgue at 7:17. It's taken out of the hearse at 8 p.m. Same time, there's another body. Arrives in a common box. The doctors are told it's JFK. That's at the morgue. By 6:30, the body is placed on the table for an autopsy. Two bodies. A railroad worker, James Leon Simmons, was in direct view of the shooter. Listen to his testimony.
We are in Mesquite, Texas, in the home of James Leon Simmons, a car inspector for the Union Terminal Railroad. Mr. Simmons, how long have you been employed by the Union Terminal?
I've been employed by the Union Terminal 11 years.
Were you a witness to the assassination of President Kennedy?
Yes, I was standing on the Elm Street overpass at the time of the assassination.
Were you there alone or with others?
There was a group of employees from the Union Terminal at the time and two Dallas policemen.
What did you see and what did you hear?
As the presidential limousine was rounding the curve on Elm Street, there was a loud explosion.
Oh, no. No, don't even tell me that. Hold on. I'm going to try it again. I can't believe this. I'm so upset at this. You guys have to hear this. Hang on. You guys are going to have to give me a minute. I'm going to try something else. So hang on. I'm not going to let this go. So I don't care. I'm not going to let it go. Let me try something else. Hold on. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see if I do this and I bring that out. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. I'm going to I don't know if that's possible, guys. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Hang on. Hang on. Wow. Wow. I don't think it's going to be possible. Let me try uploading it again. You guys are hanging with me. I know you're good. I know you're good. I'm going to try uploading it again. Hang on, please. Wow. 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 This has got me really concerned that this is happening with something as important as this. That's concerning. That's concerning. Hang on. There it is. Okay. You take that down. Let me put this up.
We are in Mesquite, Texas, in the home of James Leon Simmons, a car inspector for the Union Terminal Railroad. Mr. Simmons, how long have you been employed by the Union Terminal?
I've been employed by the Union Terminal 11 years.
Were you a witness to the assassination of President Kennedy?
Yes, I was standing on the Elm Street overpass at the time of the assassination.
Were you there alone or with others?
There was a group of employees from the Union Terminal at the time and 2 Dallas policemen.
What did you see and what did you hear?
As the presidential limousine was rounding the curve on Elm Street, there was a loud explosion. At the time, I didn't know what it was, but it sounded like a loud firecracker or a gunshot. And it sounded like it came from the left and in front of us, towards the wooden fence. And there was a puff of smoke that came underneath the trees on the embankment.
Where was the puff of smoke, Mr. Simmons, in relation to the wooden fence?
It was right directly in front of the wooden fence.
I show you a picture published by the Warren Commission as Commission Exhibit number 2215, which is a view of the Triple Underpass area. I ask you if you'd be good enough to mark with this pen with an X the area where you thought the shots came from and where you saw the smoke.
It was this area here.
After you heard the shot and saw the smoke, what did you do?
I was talking with a patrolman Foster at the time, and as soon as we heard the shots, we ran around to the wooden fence. And when we got there, there was no one there, but there was footprints in the mud around the fence, and there was footprints on the wooden 2x4 railing on the fence.
Were you questioned by the Dallas police on that day?
Yes, I was.
Did you give your name to the Dallas police?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell them what you've just told me?
Yes, I did.
Were you subsequently questioned by agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
About a month later, I was questioned by the FBI.
Did you tell them what you told me and what you told the Dallas police?
Yes, I did.
Were you ever called as a witness by the Warren Commission?
No, sir, I wasn't.
This is the Warren Commission report. The back of it has an index of every person who is referred to by the Commission. Is your name present there?
No, sir, it isn't.
You think it's rather curious that you had such a fine view of the whole Dealey Plaza area, and you were among those who saw smoke coming from evidently behind the fence, and yet you were not called by the Commission as a witness?
Well, I always thought it peculiar, but I thought that's the way they did business.
He is, you look him up, hard to find him now. I read many things, saw, I have all kinds of things, guys. I've been collecting this stuff for 30 years. And the man was terrified, went into hiding after, as did none of his other people. All the people the whole crowd that was there with him, they were all railroad workers, would not speak in front of the camera. He's the only one that would. It is, just think about that at that time, what was going on, and to come out against that. And here's this is, guys from nowhere just happened to be standing where another shooter was. They never asked to speak to him. They never wanted his opinion. It is, I believe, this JFK and 9/11 are the two events that are going to shake this world to its core in this country. If it's made as public as President Trump promised it was going to be, it will change the face of this country, change the face of the world. And people that we possibly never thought would ever be involved in anything like this, you're going to discover little quiet little people in the background are a part of this, that you might have even loved, some of the people you might have loved. As we speak, Congress is stalling the release of the JFK files. They're saying that the executive order should have a task force from Congress to review the JFK files before the release. And this is what I don't understand, okay? We elected them. They work for us, not the other way around. Don't get it messed up. We elected them. They work for us. I like to know in what world, in what planet, in what country, in what universe, the people that are working for their boss get to see unredacted, unclassified, high priority information before their bosses that hired them do. On what planet does that exist? Certainly not in ours. The executive order, President Trump signed the executive order on January 23rd and gave them 15 days. That should have happened, well, January 30th. Let's just figure it out. 7, 8, February 7th. Where are we? February 26th. Where is it? Where are the unredacted files on JFK? You all should be going after it. We are the people who hired them. We voted for them. We voted for President Trump. He's doing an amazing job. Where are the JFK files? Where are the RFK files? Where are the Martin Luther King files? Where are they? And after this, and after they're released, I want to know, where are the 9/11 files? Where are those? We should be blowing up the White House switchboard. Great idea, Christ believer, and I'm going to call. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to call. Anybody gets the number of the White House? Please put it in the chat, and I will say it. But let me tell you, a video like this, that you're not going to see this stuff hardly anywhere, needs to get out there. You guys need to share this. But you also need to go on Truth Social at Real Donald Trump. Go on X at Real Donald Trump. Go on. Put the pressure on. Don't get caught up in, well, and this is what I'm hearing everywhere. Well, Donald Trump is reducing Medicaid and people are going to suffer. You're being distracted. No, where's the JFK files? That's what we have to find. That is going to reveal. Look, that's going to reveal the people in the past and now that are still involved and will lead breadcrumbs into 9/11 and then into 2020, then into and on and on and on. Release the JFK files. Now, why did they hate him? Why did they hate JFK? Number one, he really was anti-war, very much like President Trump. He didn't want war. He didn't want the Cuban Missile Crisis. He wanted peace. He didn't want leaflets thrown down on Cuba so people would have unrest and they would make money. This is imperialism. This is trying to take over the world. That's not what Donald Trump is about, and that's not what the American people are about. Problem is, when corrupt individuals get put in high places, they steer, and that has to stop. And this quote is what JFK was about. Let us not seek. See, here it is. The Republican answer or the Democratic answer. And I don't even use the word Democratic. It's Democrat. But the right answer. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for our future. Now, we need to know the past to accept responsibility for our future. We're not fixing the blame. We want to know who is there, who were they, who's connected to them. Now, that's what we need to know. Now, I'm going to take a few questions. Okay, here it is. President phone numbers, comments. For comments, it's 202-456-1111. Switchboard, 202-456-1414. Thank you, Renee, for that. Let me say it again. Call the president. Phone numbers, 202. Comments, this one's important. 202-456-1111. Switchboard, 202-456-1414. So you got 200. It's very easy. 202-456. Then you've got 1111 and 1414. Call, post, Truth Social, he's always on. We should all blast at Real Donald Trump. Where are the unredacted JFK files? Tomorrow at Real Donald Trump. Where are the unredacted JFK files? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Okay, questions. 3 question marks and a question. I'm only going to take a few. I'm up to my ears with work. I've got a lot to do. I'm again, no off the cuff on Friday. I'm so sorry, but I've got to help with all that's going to be happening for Fab 4 and then for T for 2. Now, please listen to the T for 2. I'm going to say it again after the questions. Please don't write to me and say, how come we didn't have a giveaway? You can only get giveaways. We give away major stuff. We even have an angel in in our community that gives us money so we can give away more things. Only if you're on live do you get the discounts and do you get the giveaways. Okay, let me see. Did I miss one? Queen Esther, do you think maybe they found out something about Jackie Kennedy? Was she a Manchurian candidate? I don't know. That's a really great question. I do know one thing, and I would bet on it. Everything that I've read and everything that I know and everything that I've seen, Jackie Kennedy was threatened. She was threatened. And she did whatever they needed her to do. I really believe that. That is a rather deep question. Was she a Manchurian candidate? I have to give that some thought and prayer, Queen Esther. A great question. Can you do an all questions off the cuff sometime? You know what? Maybe I'll do that next week. Maybe you're Aqua Girl. You're about the 50th person that have asked me that on all questions off the cuff. Q&A. Okay, maybe I will. Maybe I will. XCYLA. Why is it you are on the right side, you are in jail the next day? If you're on the wrong side, you never see accountability. Well, I don't think that's holds true right now. That was what you hold true, because the people who hold the keys to the jail are complicit with the ones who are on the wrong side. That's why. If you are on the wrong side, you don't see accountability, because those who hold the keys to the jail, justice system, DA, FBI, all of these people, they are on the wrong side with you. That's why. Not anymore. I believe a lot is going on even now, and has gone on, that we don't know about yet. We know about it, but not for sure. Not for sure. It didn't come out and say, oh, by the way, Hillary Clinton, died 3 years ago. No one's come out and said that. Could it be true? Sure. But there's no absolute proof. I don't care how many truthers say it. There is no absolute proof. I don't care how many prophets say it. There is no absolute proof. Could have happened already. Her and many others. Liberty Bell, 57. I've seen it thrown out that Jackie killed JFK. Yeah, that's not true. Now I'm going to tell you why. The thing that I believe more than anything is that someone in the car shot him, because it was so strong. It was at short range. And now let me tell you something. The reason I think that also is because if you watch the video, she tries to get out of the car by going on the back end of the car. She literally tries to get off the car by going on the back end of the car. So why would she go that way? Because someone in the front seat shot. That's why. Common sense. Common sense. SoCal Jojo 24. Do you think the living family members of those involved in assassination could be the holdup on releasing all those files? Yeah, could be. Could be. But I don't think they would have the weight, so to speak, the authority. I think there are people in Congress that have gotten President Trump's ear. This happened in 2017 as well. He needs pressure. He needs pressure from the people that he's serving. That's what he needs pressure from, because that man acts. That man is a populist. He will respond to the pressure. Again, call. Let me get those numbers again. Call, comments line, White House 202-456-1111. The switchboard 202-456-1414. Ask. We demand to know, what is the holdup of the release of the JFK assassination files, because we're already 2 weeks over the date that President Trump said. Understand, okay? If a lot of people do that, they will flag it up to probably Susie Wiles, who will flag it up to President Trump. Don't think your one call means nothing, because 10,000 people, 15,000 people will see this. We all do it. Like that, you'll see him released, and you will be part of the reason. Aqua Girl, if his head was blown off, how could there be any doubt about the body switched, etc.? Because if you listen, his head was not blown off. Okay. Actually, when he got in the ambulance, he still had a heartbeat. It's not what you have been told. Go watch, go dig. There's a lot out there. This right here was taken off. That right there, like a piece. Okay. That's what was taken off. I don't know. Did it go through the front and went there because somebody from the front and you couldn't tell who it was? A lot of questions. That it was Marianne, that it was a driver in the front was my next question. That's what I believe. Common sense, Marianne. Jackie tried getting out of the car by going off toward the trunk. Why would you do that? You would dive into the front seat or get down on the ground. The only way she would try to get out that way is if it came from the front seat. Common sense. Montesino just called, had to leave a message at the comments line, called the White House switchboard that referred me to the comments line. That's good. You call the switchboard. How would I do this? I want to know where they are. Call the comments line. They mark it down. This person called, that person called, that person called, that person called. This is how you do it. Funny Easy Recipes. Delora, could you please do a show soon and tell us what happened to make yourself so beautiful and healthy? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do this. I can't do a show. I can't do a show and do it. It's too much. Fun Easy Recipes. Write me at ddgathering@gmail.com or Delora@DeloraOBrien.com. And I'll answer you. And I know I'm going to get a bunch of other people asking me too. So just do that, and then I'll go from there. Question. Jan Van Lie W. I don't know how to pronounce that. Conley. That could be a ding, ding, ding right there, Jan Van. Yep, that could be a ding, ding, ding. Nick Rue, are there methods of disclosure that are trying to create a slow walk? This is what Congress is trying to do. Yeah, that's what Congress doesn't want it all out. Look what I showed you. Nick. I showed you something where it was released in 2017, and then they just didn't release all the pages. They just don't give it to us. Let's see, Mayo Kel NYC, Secret Service agent who jumped in the JFK car died yesterday. Wow. Man, I'm right on this. I'm right on it here. Yeah. Wow. If any, MYO, I don't know how to say it, Mayo Kelly and NC, North Carolina. What did he die of? And where did he die? Please put, Karen and Renee, put in the comments the same, that. Call the White House, comments, call switchboard. Do that, please. Molly Martini, JFK Jr. alive. I always thought he was, since it happened 1999. Not because everybody says that's it, that he did. Because he's alive. I don't go by that. I did investigating at that time. I spent days in the library. And I think he could be. Will we ever know? I hope so. Yeah, I think Marilyn Monroe too. Yeah, Maine AEW. They think they killed Marilyn Monroe. They were afraid of what she knew, and maybe JFK shared with her. I do. I believe that she was killed. Okay, let's see what else we got. Can we agree in the power of God that the files will be released? Yes. Amen. Thank you. CB7809. Father, right now, in agreement with everybody in the chat, with everybody that's watching, There's almost 800 people on here. Father, let's agree. 777 people on right now. Let's agree in prayer. Wow. Wow. That is powerful. Right now, that the JFK files, unredacted files, will be released very, very soon. That everyone that is listening, that is on the chat, that is watching, listening later, that you call the numbers that are posted in the comments, in the chat, call, demand that they be released, ask where, be very nice about it, but ask, Father, we're asking that you would, in agreement, we're in agreement. You said 2 or 3, whatever you ask. This is what we want, that they would be released, and we know everything. Nothing would be redacted. We thank you for it already, Lord. We know what's going to happen in the name of your precious son, Jesus. Amen. Amen. And on that note, that is a powerful way to end. Thank you for saying that. Yes, unredacted. Again, my friends, I will not be on Friday. I got a lot to do with Jenna for T for Two. You got to join us that night. We're going to, not only we're going to sell, we're going to talk a little bit about this stuff. So you want to be on. Now, here, let me just show you several things. This is the Psalm 91 that you want to, check this out. If you have never bought anything, this is your first thing you want to buy. Angel wing and a jewel in Psalm 91. If it's your first time buying, use the code WELCOME10. You will get 10% off anything you buy. Also, these earrings, under his feathers, crystal, 2 crystals. That's actually a black crystal and a white crystal, and then an angel wing. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. And then, wait till you see this. Where do you see this? I'm so excited. Comes in this bag. I love the little bag. And it's a bookmark. Stainless steel. Look at that. Angel's feather. And what I love about the angel's feather is I know the feather itself comes like that, but it looks like it's like a lieutenant there. It looks like a military sign. So cool. And then this says Psalm 91 on it is engraved, and it's got a cross and another Austrian crystal. So I love all of this. And then the mug that I did not use, his mercies are new every morning. That is an 11-ounce mug. Go check all this stuff out. The links are in the description, and you can also go to joyandcountry.com, go to Delora's closet. My closet is filling up, and Jenna said there's a lot of new items on the website, a lot of boutique items and patriotic, and there's a lot of the new car charms that you put over your rear view mirror. You want to go check those out. Go to the new tab. That's where you'll find something like the bookmark. Please remember, always free U.S. shipping. T for Two on Rumble, 7:30. It will also be on YouTube. It'll be on Rumble and YouTube. And that's if you want giveaways, you want the big discounts during that, you can only do it if you're watching live. It's a blast. We have a wonderful time. So join us for that. And until Fab 4, remember, everybody, share this, put it up at Real Donald Trump, tag him, do it all. You are digital soldiers, and call the White House. So I love you all. Thank you all for joining us. And until we see each other on Fab 4 and on T for Two, remember, next couple days, go in the power of God. Wherever you go grocery shopping, go to work, go anywhere. Always remember, go in the power of God. Ciao, everybody. Love you.